Hello everybody, welcome back. Right, you've all commented really well. A lot of you have said, let's see the Lada start up, the Russian tank. Right, unfortunately in the time she's been on the garden, I'm well, I'm quite upset actually, because it's deteriorated quite badly in places. I've just literally opened that door on that side and spiders came running out. I've opened the bonnet in 2 years of it. Well, it might be, I think it's over 2 years it's been on the garden, and it's in a right mess under the bonnet, cobwebs everywhere, stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, she's in the right state. She's obviously got quite damp in here as well in places. Yeah. Door cards have gone a bit out of shape on the passenger side one. This one here, I mean, there was nothing wrong with any of the door cards on my car, so yeah. Hang on a second. As you can see, this one has gone out of shape. It's lifted the clips up, so I'm gonna have to take that door card off and probably wet it and then try and dry it back out to straight. So yeah, it's been a bit, oh damn, bang me head, a bit of a problem. Fuse, a couple of bits of tools I got in there. Yeah, she's looking a bit sorry for herself, really. I gotta seriously do something with this car now. I've done it all once, I need to do it again. But as you can see, that got the green algae everywhere. Even the air filter. I mean, lucky enough I got another brand new one of those, but that one's gone rusty now. The rocker cover's gone all rusty. There's cobwebs everywhere. So, and the bonnet's gone all rusty on the inside. So yeah, she's looking quite bad for herself. So yeah, I'm a bit upset really now. I should have kept it going really with this car. I don't even know the reasons why I took it off the road. But nothing drastic. I think I just took it off the road for some reason. I don't know why. But I stopped using it. Stuck it up on here, and she's been sat here. I think it's probably could even be nearly 3 years it's been sat here now. So let's crack on and do some up. I'm going to switch off the camera for a minute, get all my tools out, get all the bits and pieces out, then restart the camera. And I think I'm going to keep the camera rolling whilst I'm trying to do some work on the car, and let you have a good look at it. Right, I'll come back in a short while. Right, welcome back. Right, first thing I'm going to start is take the plugs out. Just put some oil down there and see how we get on with that. Right, so I need to find somewhere really to put this camera so you can watch me work. I haven't got no tripod at the moment, and I haven't got nobody home at the moment. Everybody's either at work or gone out. That ain't gonna work. Sorry about this, I'm just trying to find somewhere for it to go. So you can actually see me doing something on the car. So me keep switching it on, off, switching it on and off all the time. Yeah, it's just nowhere for it really to go. Oh, bugger. I'll have to just carry on as I'm going along. I'll still have to carry on. Right, I'm going to try my nice new socket set out. What my wife bought me. Can't grumble with that, can you? I'm just going to put it down for a minute. Actually, you can see a little bit from there. You're not. I know you can't really see everything, but you can see a little bit. Cobwebs everywhere. Cobwebs. The thing I gotta find is a wire brush. Yeah, she started up for a while. Last time she was started up, she was running on choke. Doesn't that get on your nerves when you've got one of these ratchets and inside you've got the rubber grommet towards the spark plug in there, and then it comes out with the bloody thing as well. It's been a while. I think it's well over a year ago I started this car up. I think it was when I first started doing the videos on the P6 Rover. I did start it up and let it run for a bit then. But it's another wonderful, glorious day today. Ow, let me hand. Get that in there. That's right in the way there. Hang on a second. That one seems to be a bit fiddly because it's right next to the distributor. Whether or not I can... Yeah, I've done it with this thing. Kept this in the car just in case one of these. I mean, all the hoses and everything on this are all brand new. We replaced them all. Smoke a bit when she starts up. Grab the WD-40 as well, give that a squirt down there as well, because that oil's quite thick, so this will thin it down a bit. Soak in for a bit. Right, sorry you didn't really get to see much. Right, let's go around and take the air filter off. No balls. I meant to do that, was I? This is the proper air filter. You can buy an aftermarket air filter for these cars. This is the actual proper type one you can buy. So it's not no made up cut thing. Because people say, oh, you've got Weber carb on it. It's not Weber carb. It looks like a Weber carb, but it's not a Weber. lot of people think, why has it only got the one butterfly up here for the choke? It's because this is the actual main one it runs on. This one here, this one makes it run once the car is going on a bit more higher speed. It works on a vacuum with a, in there's a, oh god, like a pump, like a vacuum pump in there, and that's what opens this one up. Well, again people, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened. The camera, just for some strange stupid reason, it just switched off. And what I was trying to say was, in here, this is your main running one. This one is for higher speeds. So when people say, oh, Ladas, you know, they're gutless and everything like that, usually sometimes the reasons why they're gutless is because this one down here, the pump is broken inside. The rubber's perished and gone. I've had to replace this one. When I got the car, it was running on half power. I mean, it still pull all right and still go okay, but when you wanted to get it up over 70 mile an hour, it took its time to go. It was so slow, and the reason is because, and that's the reasons why your foot goes straight to the floor, is because this one here works on a vacuum to make this one work, to chuck more fuel in, and that's the reasons why they die and the car just runs like a bag of crap afterwards, really, on high power. Yeah, but when I got this car, I had the air mixture screw down there. I've put a blanker in there at the moment. That actually fell out as I was driving this car, using it on and off basis, and I think I travelled, oh, I think it was about 100 miles in one day, 50 miles down there and 50 miles back, and I had to drive all the way down there and all the way back again with the choke half out, and that's because the air mixture screw had fell out, and lucky enough it landed just down in there. I didn't notice it until the next day. I thought, oh, I'll have a look to find out why this car was running a bit rough. But all the hoses, the thermostat down in here is all brand new. I mean, it was all new, even right down to the washer, bottle, pump and bottle was all brand new at one time. I spent quite a lot of money on this car, and I don't know why I took it off the road, why I left it. I don't know why. I really don't know why I done that. Right, so let's see if we can get some petrol up. So the thing is, you used to have a, like on the Rover, manual pump you could pump out yourself, but unfortunately they've put somebody's put an aftermarket one on there. Right, this is just to, I'm just going to crank it over and see what fuel comes up. I've took the plugs out, so nothing's going to start up. So it's just a quick spin over, see if we can get the fuel up quicker. I mean, it's a basic dash, big bus steering wheel like a Rover. But when I got the car, it had a sports steering wheel on it, and I didn't like it. I don't like sports steering wheels. I mean, you used to be able to buy one from the actual dealers. This is faded a little bit now, which is a shame, because it used to say the BA3 in there, which is now faded off. Because of the sun round here, it just kills everything. So let's see what we got. Ignition lights. Right, we got ignition lights. Right, let's pump the oil around the engine anyway, because you notice the oil light went off when cranking it over. So it shows that the oil is got. I've got to look at this ignition switch as well, because it seems to be a bit faulty. I think it's come loose on the back of the switch. aftermarket rev counter I put in. I stuck that in. Stuck the fan in because it gets hot in here. The gauges I stuck in. Oil pressure gauge, vacuum gauge, amp gauge I haven't wired up now yet. I've got all the wires for it, I just haven't wired it up. All the heater and everything worked on this car. Everything worked on it. She's a pretty solid old bus really. Centre console, believe it or not, is out of a Mark 1 Escort. Aftermarket one. It fitted in here lovely, so I kept it. I don't even think she's pumped up any fuel. No, she has pumped up some fuel. Yeah, she has pumped up some fuel. I don't know what condition that fuel is going to be like, but she has pumped up some fuel. So, spark plugs, a bit on the black side, so they need wire brushing off and a clean. Yeah, so she's all pretty well up together. She ain't too bad, she just needs a good sorting out now, really go through again now, I suppose. Right, so the petrol's pumped up, so I'm going to get the plugs cleaned off, get them back in, and I'll come back in a short while. I know I said I'll keep it running, but you don't really want to see me just stuck there cleaning spark plugs and putting them back in the bloody holes, do you? So I'll come back in a short while. Hello everybody, welcome back. Right, moment of truth now. Plugs are all back in. Just took the distributor cap off. Now have a quick little look inside. Make sure there's no damp inside the distributor cap. All seems to be okay. I haven't checked the points properly yet. I want to check to see if there's a spark. But we'll just fire up and see what happens, shall we? We know there's a problem with the ignition switch. So let's just crack on and see what happens, shall we? Right, we'll check out. And see what happens. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, it's this ignition switch. Got to be careful, I'm going to have a look at that. How about that then? Oh, slight little miss. It's not bad, you run on very, very stealth fuel. I mean, these things are run on really weak fuel anyway. I mean, if anybody knows anything about Russian vehicles, the V8 ZIL, which is a big army truck, will run on all types of contaminated fuel and God knows what it will run. So these Russian vehicles, they were built to run on basically, well, they'll run on neat alcohol really. They'll run on anything, I reckon. They're just built to last. People took the piss out of them, but they're built to last. I've had quite a few Ladas and I do like them. They're quirky looking things. Just let it run for a bit. I won't rev it up, not yet. But she's running. I mean, how much more can you say? I mean, over a year it's been stuck there. And all I've done is just clean the plugs, just check the distributor cap to make sure there's no damp inside it, pump the fuel through, bit of easy start, and fire it up. But I must sort out this ignition switch. It's a bit faulty. The key sometimes flicks back and turns it off. I think it's come loose on the panel behind, but I've got all new of that anyway. I do have lots of new stuff for one of these. I mean, when I first got this car, I bought a lot of stuff from a chap in Ukraine because I had to buy a new. This seat was broken. I had to buy a new one of these down here. My wife actually found it all on the internet. This is an aftermarket one. If you look at the original one on the other side, it's totally a little bit different. This is a bit different plastic, but this actually snapped. You know, it does. It winds the seat back and stuff like that. You adjust the seat while you want it. You can it's got certain levels. You can lift it up and move it backwards and forward. You don't have to keep turning it. You turn it to raise the back and seat up wherever you want it. So say somebody else sat in the car, or you only got to touch the lever and just push it back a bit, and then the seat will go into their position where they want it in. Sounds a bit awkward to say, really, but that was the first item we needed, and we had to get that from Ukraine. So my wife asked the guy if he could send it. Yeah, no problem at all. So we thought we'd take a chance on it for, I think it was only, with all the postage, I think it was only about £3. So if they got lost in the post, what would you lose? £3. So we thought we'd try it first. That worked. We got the part. I think it took, because it was only in a parcel, a little envelope bag, I think it took about 3 days, maybe 4 days. I can't really remember now, so long ago. So then we thought, well let's try them on some other more parts. So we did, and we ordered a lot of stuff. We needed a new carburettor build kit and stuff like that, and lots of other bits and pieces. I thought I'd just order it all in as much as I can. Big job, a lot of it, and it took about, I think it was just over a week, this big parcel to turn up. It wasn't, the dearest wasn't the parts, it was the dearest was the actual just posting and shipping. I think all the parts I bought were only something like, I think it came to about, with everything I bought, a load of stuff, I think it came to about 70 quid for all the parts I bought. So I bought new hubcaps. I haven't used them, the ones that are on there are just old ones. New hubcaps, hoses, pipes, switches, spark plugs, oil filters, loads of stuff I bought. And then a bit later on, a mate of mine, he said, "Oh, I live in Bulgaria. I come to London to stay for so long," and he goes back to Bulgaria because he lives in Bulgaria. So he, every time he comes back from Bulgaria, he's always got stuff for sale for Lada. So I bought some stuff off of him. And then one guy on eBay was selling a load of stuff. I bought it all off of him. And then another guy got in contact with the Lada Owners Club and said, "I got a load of stuff, I don't work for Lada anymore, I got a load of stuff, anybody interested in it, free to collect." Lucky enough, it's only just down the road from where I live. And I messaged him straight away and said, "Yeah, I'll have it, I can come down straight away and get it." And I got a load of stuff. Now, a lot of the stuff isn't for this model, it's for another Lada, so I sold that on eBay to recuperate some of the money back, which I bought the last lot of stuff. Push that choke in a little bit. And I really do like this little car. I really do. I mean, I've owned quite a few of them. I've had a 2103, a 2105, two of these 2102s. I've had a Lada Niva. Yeah, I do like them. They're not rubbish. I don't think they're rubbish at all. I think it was just at the bad time they came out because we were in the Cold War. British Leyland were knocking out cars which were, well, they were alright, they were nice. Some of the cars they brought out were quite nice looking, but they were unreliable, weren't they? Because all they did was go on strike all the flipping time. But, yeah, so, and then these came out, and these were just branded as a cheap, tacky car, like we look at some of the cheap, tacky cars of today, I suppose. But now, these have all mostly gone back to Russia, and there's only a few right-hand drive ones out there now. When they do come up on the market, even as a basket case, they're fetching nearly up to about £1,000 for a basket case. So they have got a market. There is something out there for them, and I do like them. I reckon they're a fun car. I'm just disappointed that my door cards have gone out of shape. They've obviously got damp and whatnot. Oh, bugger. I should have never left this car really like this. I should have kept on using it. I was using it on and off. Because you can fold the back seats down, get everything you want in there, fence panels and stuff like that. Oh dear. Anyway, she's running. That's the main thing. Push the choke in a little bit now. Let's see if she'll go right in and see what happens. Didn't make a lot of bloody difference, but it went in. Oh, she don't like that. bloody rev counter is having a mental fit. She sounds alright, she's ticking over. Yeah, she's got a flat spot. Yeah, so there we are. I mean, like I said, everything on this car is near enough brand new anyway. I mean, all the suspension's new, back and front. New exhaust has been fitted. That came from Belgium or Germany. I can't remember where I got it from now. It was only like, I think it all, with all the postage and everything, £70. That's what I said. I mean, that's a shame, innit? All that's. So I mean, it's just getting damp. It was damp and then starts corroding. She's running. Smell that stale petrol. Yeah, so bodywork I need redoing up on this one again and stuff like that. I mean, it was only a quick tidy up. I wanted it for a few car shows, so I just quickly tidied up the bodywork really. I do have a brand new set of front wings and stuff like that for it. I mean, the parts you can still get, but you just got to get it all shipped in. Oil pressure is pretty good, not too bad. So yeah, there we are. One year of being, well, yeah, she's been stuck here for about, I think about 3 years, but a year ago was the last time I started her. Yeah, so she hasn't been started for about a year. I think it was like either a second or maybe the third video I done when I was doing the Rover P6 is when I started her up and I let it run for a bit. I was going to do a bit of work on it, and then a neighbour had a flat battery and wanted this and wanted some help with this, so I went and helped them. Yeah, so like I said, it was only a short little video. She's running. I think that carburettor is going to need taking apart again. I think it's got a dirty jet. Yeah, lucky I got another brand new carburettor kit. So yeah, obviously she's got a must have some dirt in the carb, I reckon, at one of the jets. I mean, it is running on very, very stale fuel. So there we have it. One mighty Lada. Well, got badness from day one of it coming into the UK. And like I've said, they're not that bad a car. If I took the Lada badges off and slapped a Fiat on their badge on there, you wouldn't know, would you? Because I mean, that's what it is really, it's a Fiat. All Lada did was just buy the design and modify it up a bit more and make it a bit more of a reliable car. Because if it had been a Fiat in Russia, and when they get their real bad winters, they wouldn't have stayed going. These things can run really well. They don't like the heat so much, but cold weather, no problem at all. They're actually pretty good cars. Still, that's enough of me rabbiting on. It's just another video. You wanted to hear it run, it's running. There is a few jobs I can do on it. Maybe I might film doing them for the time being, because like I said, I can't do much on the P6 now until this lockdown's all finished. But I will say a big thank you to everybody who's commented, thank you to everybody who's subscribed, thank you to everybody who's put a thumbs up, and a thank you to YouTube as well for getting rid of the nasty comments from yesterday. Yes, I had some nasty comments, quite bad. Nothing to do with the bloody car though, that was the thing. Nothing at all to do with the car. There was just some nasty people out there commenting, and YouTube looked at them. Obviously they looked at them and thought, yeah, they're not going on there, they're coming off straight away. So thank you to YouTube for getting rid of them straight away. And I can fly things in there. Yeah, you little git. Yeah, so these idiots thought they'd be funny and try and comment, but it was, like I said, it was nothing to do with the car. Nothing to do with the car at all. It was just some sly, nasty comments over some other shit, but I'm not going to go into it. But there is some nasty people out there. Really nasty people. All I can say to you, if you're a nasty person like that, then if you've got a gas cooker, turn the gas on, open the oven door and stick your head in there, will you, and then hit the niter, because you do everybody a favour then. Or stand in a bucket of water and play around with, you know, a light switch or a plug socket or something, please. Yeah, so that's enough of them tossers. Well, big thank you again to everybody. I can't thank you enough. So, like I said, you can hear the Lada running. She's up on temperature. Time to start getting her back up together, I think, and try and get some more parts in. Like I said, I do like this little old car, really. It's quite quirky, it's quite fun to drive. I bought loads of stuff off of eBay, brochures and stuff like that, because I do like these cars. A lot of people don't, but I do. I reckon they're a fun little car to drive. They're not too bad. They do what they got to do. Anyway, ta-ta for now. Big super duper thumbs up to everybody again who's commented and whatnot. I can't thank you enough. So the next video probably be just doing something on this one. So I hope it doesn't bore you, and I hope I don't start losing subscribers, because I've lost one last night. So I think it's because I do too much rabbiting on, but I'm sorry I do too much rabbiting on. But it's just nice to be able to talk to somebody. I know you're not talking back to me, but you do when you're tapping on the computer, but it's nice to talk to somebody, I suppose. Anyway, thank you very much. Ta-ta for now. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to Wings Classic for part 2 of the Lada. Okay, there's a few things we need to sort out. She's not running properly because of the carburettor, so I'm going to whip this carb off and go through it, strip it and give it a good clean and rebuild again. I might even take the rocker cover off as well and give that a rub down and respray it as well. Start re-cleaning stuff back up, start redoing some of the work under the engine bay, and then move my way from that way up. We're doing work. Anyway, let's get this carburettor off. If I need any tools, I'll give you a shout, stinker. Can you get me the 10mm spanner? 10mm spanner, stinking, in the bag, not the sockets, the bag. Spanners. Not that one. Open end. But it's close. But it's an open end. There's a little tiny one in there. 8 and 10 it should have on it. I see. All done. I'll give you a blood orange for Christmas. Right, let's get them off. Yeah, do you want to do the film? You do. Smell that stale petrol. Oh, it stinks. Is that your thing? There's green algae and need washing down up here as well afterwards. This one's coming in with the stud. Should have got a little tray ready to put all this in. Push that tube back in as well. Come on. Probably need to get a new piece of fuel line that's back now. It'll probably snap. It's just breaking the seal. It should come off. That's been broken. Oh, I smell the stale fuel. It really does stink. It stinks. Off. Attacked by cobwebs. I think one of these is an awkward one to get out. Can you smell that self fuel?
Yeah.
It smells terrible, doesn't it? Can you get me that 13 ring spanner? Which is over there. It's over there. It's the tools for the car, actually. Well, it's back on again now. I think it did it the other day. For some reason it doesn't. I don't know when it comes on. Hey? What?
I'd be surprised it's near anything coming.
Oh man. I think this is working, I'm not sure. I can't remember now. It seems to have done. That should be it. There we go. Let's go to the operating table. Really does stink of stealth fuel. Let's get me tools a minute. Right, we'll remove the top of the carburettor. Getting a bit windy again today. This one. Sorry, I don't know why it keeps doing it. Look at that stealth fuel. See all the stealth fuel. You can see it's gone horrible colour. Remember which ones these go in. You can see the gunk come off. This is the one that's not working, this one. This one's not spraying. So he's either blocked in there or he's blocked further down in there. So I need to sort that out, make sure there's no more washers in there. They got to come out. They can sometimes be a bit fiddly to come out. Sometimes they will come out, we just need a... No, they're going to be a bit more stubborn to come out. So I'll have to give them a tap in a minute to come out. See why it's all mucky and gunky. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come back when I've got this carburettor stripped right down, right into little bits, paraffin, bath it and everything there. It's taken a long time and the batteries keep cutting out every so often, so, and we've got a load of noise behind us, so I'll come back once all this is all stripped down and see it all in pieces, and I'll explain a bit better then. Okay, that's all for me. Hello, welcome back. Well, a bit of rag stuck in there. Right, carburettor's all stripped. It's in some paraffin. Got it soaking in some paraffin at the moment to keep it, you know, try and clean it up a little bit. Normally little bits and pieces. So bits and bobs everywhere. No breaking my neck. So try and give it as much as I clean as I can. And the reason why it went running right and it was blocked, I will show you. You have that. It was blocked on this one. Where is it? This one here. It was blocked in there. So it's all cleaned out now. It's all should be all worked properly now. This one actually sprays the fuel in, squirts it down, so it sits up in there. Like, oh, hang on, it sits up in there, and he squirts the fuel in there. Well, this one was blocked. Even when it was blocked, this car still found a way of running. And the reason why it was running and finding a way of running was through this one. Fuel would pass through. Fuel would pass through, spray through there, and yeah, so it should have been squirting on the top one, but it was finding another way in. So it just shows you've got to be careful. I had to use a pin to get some of the dirt out, because in the amount of times I blew it through, it was still finding its way. Be stuck in that piece of brass, and in there it was actually blocked in through there. So with a good squirt of air, it blew through, and you can see the bit of dirt come out. So that was reasons why she was having a flat spot, and reason why she was running a bit rough. So yeah, so it don't matter what happens to these cars, they'll always find a way of getting you in. I know that from experience. Like I said before, they're not rubbish cars at all. They just had a bad reputation of being in this country, that's all, because like I said, we were going through the Cold War and it was Russian. So I said they're a quirky car, quite fun to drive, and yeah. So I'm going to get this, leave that soaking in there for a bit, and give it a good clean with a bit of wire brush and stuff like that, and paintbrush and toothbrushes and God knows what else to clean all the crap off it. And get the new carburettor kit out, get it all assembled up, and we'll go from there. Alright, see you in a bit. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to Wins Classic. We have now took the carburettor out of the paraffin bath, and we are letting it have some sunlight to dry off, and I'm going to start assembling it back together again. So I got to go and find all the bits and pieces, the new carb kit and stuff like that, which I've got ready. I've just got to go and dig it out of my new toolbox, you could say, of all my new fandangled bits and pieces. So I'm going to go and do that now, and I will come back in another short while. Hello everybody, welcome back. Right, carburettor. There's the new carburettor kit, which has all been took out. All new bits are on here, plus I've got extra new bits as well. That's all the old bits. We've already assembled this piece, put the new gasket on, floats all back in, new filter in there. So we're going to crack on and get this part all redone. We got all new jets, plus other bits and pieces as well. If we decide to use them, or if we decide to make sure the old ones are clean and put them back in, we will work it out as we go along. But yeah, we're actually getting there with it. It's just one of those things today. I mean, I thought I should give it a start up, and I noticed that when I took the air filter off, the fuel wasn't spraying in properly and it was being stubborn. It'd only work if you had a kind of easy start and squirted it down there. Car would start up and then run, but it was just finding a way of pushing fuel through, so it wasn't running how it should be running and spraying in properly, because this one here was blocked. So that caused a lot of problems. So now we're going to get it all put back together, and yeah, we'll go from there. Right, I'll come back in a little while once I've assembled more bits and pieces. Hello everybody, welcome back. Okay, I'm just doing the finishing touches, putting the carburettor back together. Oh, some of the new bits are in there. Jets are still the old jets. Even when you buy these kits, sometimes they come with new jets, but sometimes they're not the ones you want. Just fitting her back together. A lot of people take these carbs off and put a twin choke Weber carburettor on there off of a Ford Crossflow or a Pinto. 32-36 carb is what they usually put on there. These are usually alright, it's just that you can get all the kits for them to rebuild them. But they're like I've said before, you've got a diaphragm in there, and if this one goes, then this one doesn't work. I've had to replace that one at some point in time. I can't remember when it was I'd done it. And hopefully now we get it all cleaned up, stripped and put back together. It should all work properly and the car should run sweet as a nut. This is the problem, you get screws which the heads start wearing off on. I'll have to change that one at some point. Right, okay, there we are. One carburettor all put together. This was also seized. This one is freed up now, but this one was actually locked solid, so it's seized. So a year of not being used, it's seized up. In the kit you get a new one of these, so that's been replaced. You get new ones of these. They've all been replaced, but these are still in reasonable condition. I won't throw them away, I'll keep them just in case I might need them. So there's a new one of those gone on. So as you can see, the pump is now working. So we're gonna give it a clean. Clean out of there. Let the gasket over, and then we're going to put it all back on and fire it up, and hopefully it'll all run okay. Right, I'll just put it on the car for a minute and I'll get all my tools in a minute. I'm going to need all the acid, honestly. Take that over there. That Stell fuel, look at that Stell fuel. It's like, I don't know what it is, it's just like green fuel. It's terrible. Yeah, it's like green. And it's not brake fluid. The brake fluid's still topped up, I checked that. I could have put a new one of these on, but it should be like this old one. Right, put her on. Slide her down. Right, wash her. Just turn it up. Washer. This one's a dodgy one, this one getting in there and gone. No. Sorry, I have a tendency to drop somewhat. I think we're going to do this rocker cover today. Probably have to do that tomorrow. Plenty of time now. I'm still on lockdown. Oh, come on. Is he screwing down now? I can't see. Yeah. What are you nodding your head for? You're not a nodding dog. Come on. So I'm going to fit in there. So it's going to be a little turn at a time. I've also put a new air mixture screw in as well, because I had new ones of those. Screwed it in and then screwed it 2.5 turns out. So I'm not saying it's going to work miracles and start straight away. Be amazed with that. Need to open that lid for that one. Grab all the extra tools. Probably won't use them, but it'll frighten it. Get on here, get. There you go. Look, come on. There we are. Right, and this one's got to go back on. It's a weird one, got like a vacuum pipe at the back. It is for a breather for the air filter, but I took the original air filter off and put this aftermarket one on there. Goes on there. That's probably a bit tight, that is actually, on that one. That's probably because I disturbed that fuel pipe a minute. Right, that one's got to go back on there. That's got to go on there. There he is. Right, that's that one on. Hear that pump working better now. Right, choke cable. Do that first. Just a little tweak. Right. Fuel pipe. Clip. Mr. Screwdriver. Right, that's that done. Put all these tools up here so they don't go flying off anywhere. Right, let's put some petrol in the car. Fire up. First you've got to sort that ignition switch out. It is loose, it don't seem to work properly. Down there, keeps bloody rattling. Not one lit just yet. Wait for it to warm up and then have a look now, see what it's doing. It's doing what it should be doing now. You can see the fuel. The fuel's staying. properly 100% burned up yet. Now these are actually very weird and adjusted with throttle turning. On some cars you got it down here in the regular carpet. On this one you haven't. In that camera. On this one, if you want it to go rev out faster, you turn this one in here. It's actually a very, very weird setup. One way will increase it, one way will turn it down. You can hear the air being sucked in more now. And that is not your mixture screw. Mixture screw is on the side down here. This one is just to actually do the throttle, to actually make it higher revving. As you can see, it's picked up a lot more now. There's 2.5 turns of the mixture screw out. Seems to be okay actually, there's no flat spot. I'll have a look, see if there's a flat spot. No, seems to be all okay. And the main height, that one's working as well. As soon as I do that, saw the diaphragm down here work, fuel gets chucked in, and then you can hear the sound of the engine really throttle up and really pick up. So like I said, it's a weird setup on these carbs. A lot of people don't understand how these carburetors work. I think I might leave it at that, 'cause it seems to be all okay. Ticking over fine. Dash you back over. There you go, trucks. Leave it just for a little second. The real thing I will check is leave it for a while and make sure she's not dumping fuel in. I've had problems with sometimes with these carburetors. You leave them for, you've gone on a long run, you leave them for a few minutes, or a couple of minutes anyway, and your car won't start. And you think, well, why won't it start? And it wasn't until one day I took it all apart and was trying it, because like I said, this carburetor was not put back together properly by the previous owners. And I had it running, and I switched it off, left it for a bit, and you look down inside here, and it was just chucking in fuel. All this was just pushing it through. And the reason is because the float's not set up properly, or it's worn on the inside. Or it was, it's hard to say. It's a number of things really, but mostly it just chucked in fuel and it just chucks it all in. The car would restart back up, but you had to put your foot firmly to the floor. And they, like I said, these cars that go on, they're drive and drive. I mean, like I said, you heard it start up the other day, and it wasn't even running properly on the carburetor, and it still would have got you home, still would have drove. I mean, I've had the air mixture screw fall out, land down there, and it still got me to where I wanted to go and come home. These things go on. These cars are pretty good. People think they're rubbish? Nah, they're not rubbish at all. If you think they're rubbish, you think what you want. I know for a fact that they're not rubbish. I like these little cars. They're good for rally driving as well. If you like Mark 1 Escorts and Mark 2 Escorts, basically they're similar. The ass ends go out one, and you can buy loads and loads of stuff for these cars. Turbos, you can buy a turbo kit, lowering suspension kits, body kits. You can buy the actual rally body kit, which is the flared out arches, and you can buy anything you want for them. And they're, like I said, people think they're rubbish. They're not rubbish at all. They start and drive perfectly. She's doing it now. She's dumping fuel. Yeah, she's dumping fuel. So that means I've probably got to take the top of the carb off again, check the float, to make sure, yeah, she's dumping on this one now. Yeah, there you go. See, now we've left it quite a while up. Now it's dumping fuel. And it's actually dumping badly. So I need to take it apart again, check the float. But before that, let's see if she starts back up. I doubt it, she's pretty flooded now. Sorting out ignition switch out as well, that's doing my head. So you've seen how long I left it, and then all of a sudden it's flooded itself. So now I've got to take the top of this apart again and check that float level. As like I said, it's a weird setup on these cars. Actually, very, very weird. Right, we'll shut it off there, and we'll come back in a short while once we've got it all set up properly, and we can leave it running for a little bit longer. Right, so ta-ta for now. Hello, welcome back. Right, anybody recognise what one of these is? Right, what it is the clutches pedal is just going straight to the floor, it's not doing anything. So this seal was quite perishing, as you can see it's quite loose. This one nice and tight. Pedal was very, very soft and sloppy, it wasn't getting the pressure properly. So we're gonna take it apart, hopefully take these off without stabbing myself with a screwdriver or whatever. So get this booked off of there. Weave it off if we can. Yep. Being a bit on the fiddly side. Come on. Been a bit of a job to do. There we go. He's going. Come on. Oh, shit. Oh, don't you just hate brake fluid? It gets everywhere all over you. Oh my god, this is being right stubborn. I could just cut it really. There we go. Come on. There we go, there's one off. Right. That's one off. Time for the next one. This one's that one off. Right, so as you can see, there's a bit of hard wear on the piston sleeve. So what I do is I get a bit of wet and dry sandpaper. Give the sleeve a clean up. Oh, by the way, we sorted out the carburettor. It's just the float was stuck, like I said it would be, and it was just a quick, simple fix. The pin was a bit on the dirty side and just needed a little bit of a clean, just to help the float. So now it's spot on. So I've still got the ignition switch to sort out. I think the reasons why I stopped using the car back ages ago was the ignition switch. That and the fact my mother was ill and had to be in hospital on and off, so I didn't get a chance to use the car as much. Right, there we go. That's all cleaned up, looking a bit more better. Now this kit I'm putting on, believe it or not, is a very, very old kit. Where's the box you had? There it is there, look at that. You won't find that today. Proper Lada one. See, now what I can't understand is these rubbers are all the same bloody size. Yeah. Right, now, screwdriver. I'm stabbing it or forking it or killing it all together. Come on, you little baby. Here. One done. That's a big hole to go over, isn't it? God. That is a big hole. I think this is going to take a lot of cussing and swearing, so we'll come back to that once I get this one back again. Okay? So ta-ta for a minute. Hello everybody, welcome back again to Wins Classic. Still doing the Lada. I was going to do this as part 3, but I'm just going to add it on to part 2. Yesterday was a bit of a mess up really. We couldn't do much filming because all you could hear was hedge trimmers going, lawn mowers going and everything else going. Today it seems to be very quiet, so I thought I'd crack on with it. So yesterday what did I do? Carburettor all done, all starts up, all tuned up lovely, so that's that done. Clutch master cylinder stripped, rebuilt, put back on. Now I got to do the slave cylinder, so I'm about to take that one off now and get that one done. And then I got to do the ignition switch because it's faulty. Because what happens is the ignition switch, if I turn it to start it up, I got to keep my hand. See how it flickers on and off? You got to fart around with it, and then all of a sudden the car switches itself off, which is not good, is it? So I'm going to sort that out as well today. Plus I'm going to do a few other jobs that need to be done on the car as well, which should have been done ages ago. Hopefully I'll be able to get it all done today. Because we let yesterday just drag on. I mean, we started it early enough, but we just took our time doing the carburettor and doing the master cylinder. So I'm going to crack on doing the slave cylinder today, and yeah, I'll come back to you once I got it all off. Right, see you in a bit. Hello again everyone. Right, well I've got it off. Bit of a pain in the ass to get the pipe undone. So here's all our bits, and he was our culprit. He was he was stuck inside, he wasn't even pushing out. So the clutch pedal was going straight to the floor like it should do. But the this piece, let me show you this piece, which that goes onto the fork of the clutch, was only coming out a little bit, so it wasn't pushing right out. It was only, how can I put it, it was just going like that, so it wasn't enough to engage gear, because he was obviously weak and running out, well, you know, the fluid was running out of seals. So that's that. So that's all stripped. Right, I'm going to go and have a cup of tea, and then I'm going to go and dig out another kit, and hopefully I've got one to do that, to fix that, and then assemble it all together and see if I can find somebody to help me bleed the clutch, or help me, you know, bleed it so I can get fluid through. So awkward job doing it on your own, unless you've got an easy bleeder, which unfortunately I haven't got one of those. So I've got to do it the old fashioned way of the old spanner job. Undo it, a couple of pumps and undo it. So like I said, I'm going to go and have a cup of tea and I'll come back in a short while. Hopefully I've got a kit to repair this. If not, I'm going to have to order one online, which could take God knows how many days for it to turn up here. So we'll call them if I get it from Lada Power or some other site where I get it from. So we'll call them in it. And with this lockdown and everything, every other country's having a lockdown, so it's a bit awkward to order parts at the moment. Anyway, I'll come back in a short while. Hello everybody, welcome back. Well, it's been a crappy day today. We put all new kits in and there's no fluid coming out at all. It's been an absolute nightmare. We had trouble with it yesterday as well, because we thought it was just the master cylinder, so we'd done all that and it took ages to get the fluid through. So when we did get the fluid through the slave cylinder, we only had a little bit of clutch. It wasn't even working enough. So I reckon it's time to call it a day, rip all that apart again tomorrow or whenever, and replace it with all brand new. There's a couple of people on eBay who got one local, like, well, UK, instead of having it imported in. So I might just buy it all, get it all done, get all new. It's just a pain in the ass. I put all new kits in, and it's took the biggest part of the day, farting around, stripping it all, cleaning it all, putting it all back together. And I've been stuck there pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping, and even no fluid coming out of the bloody bleed nipple. So it's obviously got so much air in, or either that or the seals have perished already in the master cylinder. So we had trouble with it yesterday. Had one today. Yeah, I think I'll just get new. The kits, they came with a load of stuff I had given to me anyway, so I'm not too worried. I'll just take it all out, put all flipping new in, and that. I mean, master cylinder and slave cylinder could be naffed all together. But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in that. It's peed me off for the rest of the day now for that. So I want to hurry and get this thing moving again, so I can actually move it off this garden and go and get it MOT'd, so I can then start using it again on and off. So I'm going to go in a bit and order new. In the meantime, I'm going to try and have a go at this ignition switch, find out what's wrong with it. Because I remember now the reasons why I took the car off the road. It was because my mum was going in and out of hospital all the time, and I was having trouble with this ignition switch. And that's the reasons why I took this car off the road. I had to remember. It's been off the road for about, I think it's about 3 years. So yeah, a bit pissed off over that. Right, let's crack on and find something else to do, because time's getting on. And from what time I started today, it's just been an absolute waste of a day. So hopefully I get this video out tonight. Or I don't know what keeps happening. This camera, every so often it cuts out. I don't know why. It just gets on your nerves. What I was about to say was, I don't know not to keep going and just make this one big long video, or do it into parts. So this, everything now, which is going to be added on to part 2. So I don't know just to keep going, or, you know, switch off and call it a part 3 a bit later on. But it's been one of those days today where that's absolutely just pissed me right off, really. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what's the matter with the camera. That keeps cutting off all the time. It gets on your nerves. All I can say is a big thank you to everybody who's commented. Big thank you to everybody who's subscribed. I know it's not the Raver P6, but I've started her up today. She starts up lovely, and she was all running, so I let her run for a bit, get on the temperature, and then shut her off. So in the meanwhile, I'm just tinkering around with this. So I'm hoping I don't lose any subscribers because I'm mucking about with this. So if it's not your cup of tea, me mucking about with a Lada, then just stay calm. I'll be back with the P6 or the Jag, whatever it is you're subscribed to. In the meantime, I'm just doing this because I want to get this one back up and running and get it to move. So like I said, thank you to everybody who commented, everybody who subscribed, thumbs up, stuff like that. So ta-ta for now. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back. Right, it's just one of those days today where everything has took so long and it's just never gone right. Okay, the ignition switch, all done, all sorted. It was just a spring had come off the back and the ignition switch was hanging out, and that was the reasons why. And I had to, well, basically just strip it all, give it a good old clean, fart around with it, put it back together. It's just, like I said, it's just one of those days, you know, where you start off with a job, that job don't go right, so you think, sod it, I'll move on to the next job. That job takes God knows how long, because all it is today has been nothing but cock-ups. You do get them. I think everybody gets them. Everybody gets a day where they have nothing but a cock-up. And today it's just been one of those days where you start off doing a job and that job didn't work. So I thought, oh, sod it, I'm going to move on to the ignition switch now. And then that job just, well, it just took for ages. I mean, I had it all in there and put it all back together, sorted it all out. And it was doing the same again, just, you know, start the car up, and if you don't all key properly, it would spring back and then turn the ignition off. So I thought, oh, sod it, I've got to take it all apart again. So I took it all apart yet again. And then I had nothing but problems. I couldn't get the key to actually go on actual proper lock. It's working now. It was just, like I said, it's one of those days where it just took forever to do anything. But yeah, it's all done and it's fine. And she starts up on the button. She ticks over nicely. So I just got to go and order the new master cylinder and slave cylinder in, because I fell up trying to repair the old ones. That's just turned into a nightmare today. So as well as a pain in the ass yesterday trying to get it done, it's been a pain in the ass again today. So I'm just going to order new in. I mean, it's not that expensive. I mean, the kits have been lying around for ages anyway, so they might not have been much cop anyway. So I'm going to crack on, put all my tools away, go in, make a cup of tea, and relax for a bit, and then I'll probably go to bed. I'm fed up now. Just like I said, nothing's gone right today. I think that's the only job which has actually now worked, and like I said, it took flipping ages to do. So I'm calling it a day. So like I said, thank you to everybody who subscribed, and thank you for all your comments. Thank you for everybody who's supporting me on all the hobbies I'm doing. And I hope the Lada don't bore you, but like I said, just chill, relax. We'll get back to the Rover or the Jag later on if the Lada's not your cup of tea. So just bear with, and hopefully when all this crisis is over I can crack on with the Rover P6 and the Jag and get them all painted. Right, ta-ta for now, all the best to everybody.